Arkon Rhys plays.
CSI Fatal Conspiracy.
Hello, it's Arkon Rhys and we're back again for Case 2 of CSI Fatal Conspiracy. So, we did a flash baked, so let's do planting evidence. And we'll see a bit more of the overall plot, as we got a little hint of it in the first case, right at the end with the wasp lady in charge of her hive. Ooh.
So this is going to be the brand new La Ventura Hotel and Casino, huh?
Scheduled to open its doors spring of 2009.
They sure don't make them like they used to.
They sure don't seem to be able to make this one at all. First it was the city council, then the environmentalists. Now it's the Bureau of Sanitation shutting them down over faulty sewage lines. Nothing's getting done around here until somebody cleans some pipes.
Jeez, what hasn't happened to delay this thing?
A dead body.
So we're following another character from CSI. Oh,
The place is cursed.
falling on
Construction worker over there
cactus.
called it in. I haven't taken his statement yet.
Good to see you. Thought I might be flying solo on this one. Okay, time to go to work.
Nah man, I'm here bro. What do you need me for? Yeah. So, bit the same as before really. Oh. So let's have a little look-see. Oh. I'll just snatch that if you
Contact can go
please.
onto our Vic, but how to get all the way over here?
Right, so a little look-see then.
Ouch. We'll take a closer look at him when we get to the morgue. But where did he come from?
Okay, well, to see where he came from, what have we got? Oh, up arrows.
Most of those windows are boarded shut, except for the one right above our Vic.
Suspicious. So. Right, well, let's look at him then, I guess. Footprints, eh?
Partial shoe impression. Looks as though someone approached the body then tried to cover their tracks.
Alright, let's see if this dude has anything to offer.
We're from the crime lab. May we have your name?
Marcus Conchai. I'm the plumbing foreman. Well, I guess I should say I used to be the plumbing foreman on this job. Yeah, that's right. I arrived this morning to pick up my last check. I looked over there and I couldn't believe it. I immediately called 911. Bureau of Sanitation shut us down because of some faulty sewage pipes, and the construction company's basically holding me responsible. So, yesterday they finally decided to let me go. And like I said, I just came by this morning to pick up the rest of my equipment and my severance check.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't get close enough to the body to look at his face. I couldn't bring myself to walk all the way over there. It was just too horrible. Why do you want to do that?
To exclude you as a suspect, Mr. Kunchai.
Okay, sure.
Good man.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Kunchai. We'll be in touch.
I kind of hope not, but, you know, good luck with everything.
Okay, so let's see about going to the lab, shall we?
I'll have Robin send someone down to pick up the body.
Okay, so where to go first? think actually I should look here. Yeah, I've been a
Silver
bit
Sierra is
sloppy.
a pretty big building contractor in Las Vegas.
I've got to check
Looks
out
like
the scenes
Zachary Lynch is the
first.
company's boss. Office is locked. Office is locked.
Well, can't we just enter with the lockpick gun? Oh, hello, hello.
That's a 220 volt cable, but I don't see any outlets for one of those up here.
Interesting. Let's see if maybe we can get something off it. So dust it. There we go.
Contractors' fingerprints are usually on work cards in the system.
And let's see if we can spy anything at the scene. Oh, that looks a bit too red there. Look at that. Let's have a little dab of that.
What is that?
What do you mean,
What is that?
What? What?
What is that? What is that? What is that?
Are you having a laugh? It looks like blood, man. Come on.
What is that?
What else could I try then? There we go. Ah,
A little strange, don't you think? If this turns out to be our victim's blood, why was he bleeding before he took a header off the balcony?
it's a bit annoying. We have to spray it before we can actually do the dab, as it looks like blood. Oh. Okay, so try. Yeah.
If these fingerprints on the balcony railing come back to our victim, it's suggestive of suicide. We can head over to the coroner's office or the lab as soon as you think we're done here. Brass will hold the scene for us just in case we need to come back for something.
Good stuff. Let's go back here. I think we've got to ask that dude about this cable. Who knows anything?
But I didn't do anything.
Your fingerprints will help prove that.
All right.
Good man. You don't score. Okay, so let's see about the body, shall we? Hey, hey. Now, this is the digital version of the game, so that's why the loading times aren't that
Hey,
long.
Doc, do you have our John Doe's cause of death?
Massive internal blunt force trauma. His rib cage is shattered,
Ouch.
both lungs are punctured, and his spleen and right kidney are ruptured.
He basically bled out internally.
That's right.
Time of death?
Based on lividity and rigor, I'd estimate 10 to 12 hours ago.
Which would put his TOD between 9 and 11 p.m. last night.
Two very distinct ligature marks. The larger ligature mark directly under the chin here goes all the way around the neck and angles upwards at about 65 degrees. The second, smaller mark is also all the way around, but practically straight back and parallel.
You can clearly make out those two different ligature patterns.
They'll be easy to compare to the separate ligatures, if you're able to find them.
Let me get a shot of those. Make sure you photograph each ligature mark.
Okay, okay.
Well, one ligature mark might certainly suggest a suicide attempt. Two unique ligature marks complicate matters, without actually eliminating the possibility that the victim was trying very hard to end his life. Now, his internal injuries, which ultimately led to his death, are consistent with a fall from a considerable height. But again, there's no way to determine from my examination whether your victim jumped willingly or had some help.
So our John Doe's death under suspicious circumstances means...
Means that until presented with evidence to the contrary, I'm forced to label his death a homicide. Absolutely. Here they are.
Excellent.
Got it right here for you.
Good man, good man.
Already bagged and tagged for you.
What is that?
Don't suicide notes always sound forged? Or do I just read too many spy novels?
This one is conveniently typed and neatly folded for us to find. Is there anything else on it?
Okay. So, let's have a look at what evidence we have. Alright, so, we've got them. Let's have a look at this note, shall we? Come on. Give unto me your secrets. Come on. Oh. Let's try that one.
No fingerprints here. No fingerprints here.
Aha.
Partial fingerprint. Hopefully it's enough to start getting us some answers.
Hopefully it's not ours. Okay. So, where should we go to next? Yeah, we'll have to do the lab now. We've got enough to get rolling. So let's see about comparing this with, well, let's go with the first one. Doesn't quite look the same, I think. I don't know, it might be actually. Yeah, see, it's not quite the same, that one, so let's go with number 2. See if we can get anything better from here. Start from the top. Oh, no,
A power cable left the larger of the 2 ligature marks around the victim's neck.
Okay. So let's roll with a bit of DNA, shall we? Because we've got this, so there's nothing there, so let's do it with this one. So just have a little look-see. That one will go there. And That one will go. Yeah. There. That one will go. There. We're getting there. We're getting there. That one will go there. So that only leaves one left.
The victim's blood is on the balcony railing. Seems a little odd if he were just by himself and getting ready to jump.
It is very strange. That does not make much sense. So we don't have any chemicals to look at the moment. Let's see. Let's go with fingerprints.
These records aren't exactly up to the minute, but they confirm Marcus Kunchai was employed at La Ventura.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Ensign. Well, we've confirmed the identity of our victim.
Mm-hmm. So, if we compare that with that, go there by the looks of it.
The victim's prints match the prints on the power cable.
Okay.
You've added a fingerprint to the analysis window. You now have two options. You can attempt to match the sample to another sample you've already collected, or you can attempt to search for a match. Use the Evidence button to select something you've already collected, or the Search button to search the database.
Okay, let's try.
In order to prepare a fingerprint for a database search, you first have to find between 3 and 5 identifying points, known as minutia. Use your cursor to select places where a ridge, one of the colored lines, splits or ends. You can get a higher skill rating if you only try to select areas that contain valid minutia.
Mm-hmm. Right. That bit there looks quite good, I think. Hold on. Up a bit, up a bit. Come on, baby. There we go, so that will do us for one, and then ridges, well, we've got a few ridges here, haven't we, so... Or breaks rather, not ridges. Oh, curse this
That's great.
controls.
You have enough minutia to continue the search.
Well, I want more. More, I said. No, I don't want that one. Oh no! Ah, what are you doing? I didn't want to quit it all out, you sicko. Come on. There we go. And go with that bottom one if I could get the darn. Oh. This was such a wasted effort. If this had been a move game, that would have been fantastic. Okay, I think we're there. I think we're there.
The results of your search are in the column on the right. Select one to continue.
Okay. So that would be there.
The fingerprint on the suicide note belongs to Zachary Lynch. What a boss, huh? He even helps his employees with their suicide notes.
Agent Huntby here has some information he'd like to share with us. It's regarding Mark Ensign's apparent suicide.
I don't know where you're at with this investigation right now, but there's no way Mark Ensign killed himself.
Interesting why you're
I think you may be
imposing
getting
yourself.
a little bit ahead of the evidence, Agent Huntby.
Look, I was this close to turning him into a criminal informant. Ensign was about to go out on a limb, so he was pretty scared.
Scared enough to take his own life?
Absolutely not.
Or aren't you authorized to discuss that?
Look, off the record, Ensign was on the verge of turning state's evidence on allegations of kickbacks and bribes involved in the construction of the La Ventura Casino. He would have been my eyes and ears at the Silver Sierra Construction Company. He'd been working there as Zachary Lynch's right arm for 5 years.
Lynch is the president of the company.
And before that, he was Beatriz Salazar's lawyer, back in Miami, about 10 years ago. But we suspect she's maintained the
Interesting.
relationship through Silver Sierra.
So Ensign might have been your way to get to Salazar.
Well, with your help, I'm hoping he might still be. Good luck.
Okay, okay. Ooh, warrant.
Based on what evidence?
Do you mean, man?
Lynch touched the suicide note? What else has he been up to? Why don't you go check out his office and see what you can turn up?
Right. Must be it. No, that wasn't it, was it? Oh, yes, it was.
Look who's here. Zachary Lynch. You want to talk to him first, or should we check out the office?
Well, well, well. Let's see what he has to say.
Mr.
The
Lynch, we're from
swine.
the Las Vegas Crime Lab. We have a search warrant for your office.
Of course you do, but you're wasting your time. Mark was dealing with a lot of personal issues, and I think you're way out of line here, using his suicide as an excuse to harass me.
Really?
I talked to Mark on the phone last night. He sounded awful, worse than I'd ever heard him. I told him he needed to take some time off, clear his head. So we planned to meet this morning to discuss the details of a temporary leave of absence. But when I got here, I found him, and I found his note, and I read it. And then I put it back where I found it.
Well, that's interesting.
I should have, I know that, but La Ventura has suffered delay after delay, and I just needed to take some time to figure out what I was going to do next. How I was going to explain to my investors that our lead man on the job was dead, that he had taken his own life. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It just doesn't inspire a lot of confidence in my company's ability to finish this very expensive, highly anticipated project. I went home, poured myself a drink, and waited. I guess I was waiting for a conversation like this, with people like you. Whatever it takes to get this over with.
Okay.
We're done for now, Mr. Lynch. But don't leave town.
Yeah, I wouldn't dream of it.
Let's have a little look-see. Ah, I spy a putter. With some interesting stainage. Do I need to spray it first?
No fluids here.
Nice.
Even if files have been deleted, we should be able to recover them. Check out whether this is the computer that generated the suicide note and when it generated that note.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what? Yeah. Okay, I reckon this is a dusting. Yeah. Right. Let's see what this bozo has to say.
Blood on my keyboard? It could be Mark's, I guess. No, it's not mine. Both Mark and I are authorized to use the computer. I bought the damn thing, but Mark was here on site all the time, so basically it was his computer.
Well, I reckon to the lab. Let's get this tested, shall we? So, that'll be that one. If we compare that to this dude. So, what have we got now? Oh, I hate these ones. My wife is normally doing these for me. She enjoys these CSI games, but I've played it on the Wii and I thought I'd give it a bash. No, I want that one. And then that'll go there. That one will go there. Okay, so that one will go there. And then there's only one place for this one. Okay.
Blood on the keyboard belongs to Mark Ensign.
Alright, let's see about data, I guess, now. Oh, wrong one.
So the last document created on this computer was the suicide note, but it was created nearly 8 hours after Mark Ensign died.
Isn't that interesting? Okay, so now we want fingerprints. As we have this one. And what we're going to do for this time, I think we'll prepare it again. So. These look good. And let's go for, come on. Let's go for there and come on, there we are. And there. Okay, that should do it. And that is it. Nice.
Zachary Lynch's fingerprints in blood on his computer keyboard. Now that's incriminating.
Word from brass. Let's go to brass. Got info, dude.
What do you got in the way of evidence?
What? We have fingerprints.
Print in the victim's blood. That'll do it. I'll bring him in.
Nice. So, we got you. What you gonna tell
We
me?
found your fingerprints in blood on the computer keyboard in your office.
So what? I already told you I found Mark, and I picked up his suicide note. There was blood everywhere.
And then you told us you left the construction site. You didn't mention going back to your office first.
Are you serious? Look, I wasn't keeping a record of my every movement, so yes, I went back to the office. And I went to the computer to check on where Mark had left everything. And then I went home.
I don't quite believe him.
How dare you ask me that question? No, I didn't write Mark's suicide note.
Intervention.
Turns out that Mark Enson's suicide note was printed from your computer after the time of death. Care to explain that?
Oh my god. This is not what it looks like.
Really? Because it looks like you did a very bad job trying to make a murder look like a suicide.
I didn't kill Mark. All I did was frame a guilty man.
What's that supposed to mean?
Mark killed himself. He jumped off that balcony. I don't think there's any question about that. But just in case there was going to be some question about it, I didn't want you guys snooping around my property for God knows how long looking for a killer. So I planted the suicide note, hoping you guys would just think it was an open and shut case.
That is one of the dumbest stories I've ever heard, Mr. Lynch. Not only is it an admission of obstruction, but it doesn't even begin to give you an alibi.
No one I can think of off the top of my head. But, you know, Mark was starting to alienate a lot of folks. He was starting to act crazy, manic, impulsive. I mean, the night he died, he must have called up some subcontractor out of the blue and hired him without my approval to completely rip up the lobby and then plant that weird native cactus garden. But who the hell do you call after business hours to plant a damn garden? I don't know, but maybe that guy knows something about what happened to Mark.
Wait, you're telling us that that cactus isn't supposed to be there? Maybe we need to take a closer look at that garden.
We can sit here and you can continue to harass and try to intimidate me, but seriously, I have nothing more to say to you people. You want to know my alibi? Why don't you just ask Agent Huntby? Oh yeah, I know him. We actually haven't had the pleasure of a formal introduction, but let's just say we have mutual friends, and some of his friends have been tailing me for the last 6 months. Maybe they'll have some pictures for you. Maybe a recording, video. I understand they like to do that sort of thing. They're kinky like that.
Hostile little
Absolutely
chap.
not. I never laid a hand on Mark.
Look, Agent Huntby, I'm fine with you and the feds piggybacking on our investigation, but when you have information we need, you need to share it with us immediately.
I appreciate your position, Jim. I do.
I don't give a damn what you appreciate. I want to know why we may be wasting our time interrogating a suspect if you already know he has an alibi.
I'm trying to tell you it wasn't my call. There are protocols for sharing information. Yes, we are, but I'm not in charge of that particular operation. Well, according to the field report, Lynch returned home from dinner at 3 a.m. No further movement was observed inside his house until the following morning. No. And the truth is, I can't confirm Zachary Lynch's whereabouts at the time of Mark Enson's murder.
Why not?
This morning, Lynch apparently gave our surveillance team the slip.
So you trying to tell us that you don't trust your men?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you, Jim. Off the record, that is. On the record, I should tell you to go to hell.
Looks like we can't be sure whether Lynch was at home or not. Maybe it's time we look at a little more closely.
Sounds good. This thing with the cactus and that, you know, very strange. So. Oh, get my cursor right. Okay.
Let's get this to the lab and find out what kind of plant it is.
Okay.
Well, From the smell of it, I bet I can guess what that is. And if it's some sort of specialty fertilizer, then maybe we can connect it back to a specific manufacturer or distributor.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So that'll be a lab job, I would imagine. Hey.
Check this out. So I was doing a little background on this ash metal gum plant, and I found these articles related to the building of the La Ventura Casino. It seems that an environmental group called Primeval won a temporary injunction against Silver Sierra's construction of La Ventura. It was seeking a supplemental environmental impact report on the ash meadows habitat, which Primeval claimed was being threatened at the building site. But it looks like an appeals court overturned the injunction.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I want to try and get this in one. Oh, dear. Let's see now. What have we got? We've got those. We have that. We have that one, and then yeah, cool. Coolio.
This is a high-grade synthetic fertilizer. It's rare enough that Brass should be able to contact the manufacturer and get a record of the people to whom they sell and ship their product. We should swing by his office.
Okay, my man, let's swing. We're off. Hello.
I'm on it. Obrera's lawyers were very cooperative. Unfortunately for us, there was only one buyer who purchased the fertilizer in our area. About 6 months ago, a nursery called Green Growth Plants.
Turns out that nursery is owned by a man by the name of Todd Stewart.
Todd Stewart?
We can't prove it yet, but we suspect he's connected to a group called Primeval. We think he's a terrorist, an eco-terrorist.
Interesting. Alright, let's see what this Joker has to say.
Todd Stewart?
Bit too
I'd
laid
like
back.
to ask you a few questions.
I'm a little confused. Am I in some kind of trouble here?
Your name came up during the course of a homicide investigation.
Homicide? Who got killed?
Construction foreman over at the La Ventura site. His name is Mark Ensign.
No, I don't. No, sir, I don't. Not that I know of. No, I'm sorry.
We're not getting very far, are we?
You know, build a garden? Maybe water some plants?
No, no one ever has. And I would never accept a job like that, even if it were offered to me.
Their money no good for you?
Do we really need another casino in Las Vegas? Really? For that matter, do we really need another gated housing community or a freeway? When is this gonna stop? Not to get on my soapbox here, but I do consider myself to be a very active environmentalist, and I can't stand to bear witness to what we are doing to literally exterminate our planet. She truly is our Mother Earth, and we owe it to her to do whatever we can to keep her safe. Yes, I am familiar with them, and I already know what your next question is gonna be.
Are you a member of Primeval, Mr. Stewart?
No, I am not a member, but I will be honest with you. I believe in their cause, I do. This runaway train of so-called progress must be derailed somehow, otherwise this beautiful planet will die. And if protecting our planet sometimes means resorting to guerrilla gardening, so be it. It falls right in line with the traditional practice of civil disobedience.
Well, you may not be a member, but it kind of sounds like you might have pledged a few dollars over the years.
I often wish I had. And I bet you wish I had. Because that would mean you could arrest me right now for helping to finance a terrorist group. But the sad truth is, I don't have the courage of my convictions. I'm just a gardener. Of my shoe? Why?
Is there a problem, Mr. Stewart?
I got a problem with you playing fast and loose with my rights. But you know what? Let's just get this whole thing over with. Take my whole damn shoe if you like.
Okie dokie. And photo that bad boy.
Thanks for showing us the bottom of your shoe, Todd.
Okay. To the lab. So if we take that and
The shoe print we found at the crime scene is a match to Todd Stewart's shoe impression.
Interesting, eh? The plot thickens.
You gotta be kidding, right?
We don't even need to draw your blood. Just a swab to the mouth will do. Totally painless.
But why?
We'd like to be able to exclude you as a potential suspect.
You guys really are a piece of work. Whatever, take it. You know I did. That's why I'm here, isn't it?
Anyone else have access to it?
Yes, I have several people who work for me. Haven't we been over this? No, I've never been to the Laventura site.
Intervention.
What? That doesn't mean anything.
That's not the evidence I was expecting you to pull.
Your
Oops.
cunning score has decreased.
Darn
Cunning
it.
is penalized whenever you incorrectly...
Haven't we been over this? No, I've never been to the Laventura site.
That's your shoe print at La Ventura, in the middle of the native garden, right where we found the body of Mark Ensign.
I didn't kill anybody.
Todd, it's time to come clean. Mark Ensign caught you vandalizing the property. He caught you in the act, didn't he? You struggled, and you killed him.
All I did was plant the garden. My mission was to restore the ash metal to its rightful place. It had been smothered by the monstrosity of that building, and I put it right back where it belongs. And that's all I did, I swear. I have no idea what happened to Mark. He was alive when I left him.
Well, now it sounds like you knew the victim.
It wasn't like we were friends or anything. I approached him, introduced myself, and appealed to his sense of justice for the planet. I asked him if he fully understood the havoc the building of Laventura was wreaking on the native environment of the Las Vegas Valley. The genocide of the ash metal. That was over 6 months ago, and he totally blew me off. But then last week, he actually called me.
He invited you to tear up his lobby?
See, you're trying to perpetuate the big lie. It wasn't his lobby. He was an employee. It had nothing to do with him. He was just a cog in the machine. The machine that is this whole consumer capitalist corporate complex. And somehow, Mark finally got it. It was like he found God. Total conversion.
Really? Next, you'll be telling us Mark started writing checks out to Primeval.
Look, this operation had nothing to do with Primeval. It was my own initiative. And Mark turned out to be my greatest ally. I finished setting the garden around 9 p.m. But before I left, another construction worker had shown up. I think he was the plumbing foreman. They started discussing the Bureau of Sanitation halted construction. And then they started to argue. Kept hearing them mention this guy named Lynch like he was their boss or something. But they were really fighting over some money, some cash left in a safe. Apparently it was a lot of cash, and the plumbing guy thought he was entitled to it. And I guess Mark didn't think so.
Was this plumbing guy's name Marcus Kunchai?
Mark kept yelling Marcus this, Marcus that, but I didn't catch the guy's last name. From their argument, it sounded like it was right up there in their office, under a rug.
To the office.
Just like Captain Jack searching for the buried treasure.
Now, there was something I saw, yes.
That's interesting. I don't think this fiber is from the rug. I wonder whose laptop this is.
It's all mine now, baby.
Well, whatever cash was here is gone now. Looks like it could have been a lot.
Right then, let's go test these bad boys. Oh, still annoyed I didn't get there. I missed that cunning. Darn it. Okay, so what have we got here now? Let's see. 2, 3, 7, 8. Yep.
That fiber is from an industrial use glove. What do you think? Maybe the kind of glove used by a plumber?
Nice, very possible, very possible. Okay, see what we get from this.
There are two interesting files here. Looks to me like a ledger of bribes, created by Ensign and signed off by Zachary Lynch. But it'll be difficult to prove. Wait a second. Marcus Kunchai lied to us. He told us he was there picking up his last check when he found Mark Ensign's body. But according to this payroll file, Kunchai was fired a week ago. Okay, maybe Todd Stewart was telling us the truth. If Kunchai felt entitled to the cash in the secret safe as a kind of severance package or hush money, then maybe he wasn't going to take no for an answer.
Yes. Nice.
What evidence do you have?
We have the
Good
Puta.
work. You got your warrant.
Excellent. Let's roll then, boys.
Mr. Kunchai,
I've got nothing to say to you.
Hostile little guy, eh? So let's do a little search first then. Yeah. Nice.
rain snake, huh? That could definitely be used to strangle somebody. Does it have any kind of distinctive pattern?
Shall we have a look? No, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this. And
Nice find.
go.
Look familiar to you?
Indeed it does, my good man. Indeed it does. So, back to the Bat Cave. And then we'll see what we can find, eh? So we want to go in ER. And we want to look at this Puta ER. Oops, I made a mistake. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to do the glove fibre. That was it. That's what I had meant to do. Yeah.
The fiber on the drain snake matches the fiber we found in the safe, and they're both from a pair of industrial use gloves.
So, who owns the gloves? That's the thing, isn't it, eh? So, let's have a look-see here. So, look at the microscope, and this over this. Ooh.
This drain snake left the smaller ligature mark around Mark Ensign's throat.
Okay, so we'll get in there. So now we want a warrant, eh? I think that means it's a good time to go and see the man himself. Come on, Rhys. Earn your pay, buddy. Yeah. Definitely looks like Marcus is our man, I would say, and I hope you people agree with me.
Based on what evidence? Looks like we may have our killer.
So, big man, you got anything to tell me?
Look, I haven't been entirely straightforward with you guys. I was with Mark the night he died.
Recognize your work, Marcus?
I didn't do this. I was fired yesterday. Okay, yes. Technically, I was let go last week.
Yeah, technically.
You're a terrible liar, Marcus.
Hold on. Mark never wanted to fire me. Lynch told him he had to. You know, because of all the trouble with the Bureau of Sanitation. I mean, that was totally my bad, but Mark tried to defend me and keep me on the job.
Marcus, stop wasting our time here. I'm pretty sure I can figure out what really happened between you and Mark. Mark fires your ass. And maybe you come back to beg him to give you your job back? Or maybe not. But you definitely come back for a little cut of that cash your boss's boss is keeping in that safe. Mark tells you to go to hell, but come hell or high water, you're gonna get that money. Mark put up quite a fight, didn't he? You just weren't strong enough to squeeze the life out of him. So you had to push him over the balcony. Personally, I think you got lucky.
Are you crazy? That never happened. I mean, some of it did, but damn, you're twisting me all around in my head here. Please, just give me a second. Yeah, we fought over the money, but I'd actually come back there just to ask for my job back. I mean, I'd even left all my tools and stuff all over the site because I figured Mark would still let me do some side stuff, you know, off the books.
But he said no to that too, right?
Yeah, he said no. He told me he was done with all the shenanigans of La Ventura and Silver Sierra. He was gonna quit, start over. So I said, great, let's both take the money and run.
How'd you know about the money, Marcus?
It was the worst kept secret on the property. Guys used to call it the tip jar. I can't believe you guys were never able to bust Lynch and Company. And the way they used to kick back and bribe.
Okay, let's stay focused on you right now, Marcus. You admit that you and Mark argued. Then it escalated.
No, it didn't escalate. Mark was right. The money in the safe was blood money. I told him I didn't care, but I was just being a little bitch. Then I decided to give up on the whole thing. It was stupid. I left, and Mark was alive when I did. You really think I killed Mark, don't you?
Most of the time, Marcus. We just try to let the evidence do our thinking for us.
All right, I get it.
Okay.
We're going to hold you in custody at least until we process this evidence.
Okay, do what you need to do. I swear, I'm innocent.
We shall see. Nope, that's not the one I want. Aha, look at that. So, oh, hello. Ah, cheeky. Now, is there anything else? Ah, excellent. No, I can't see anything. Right, to the lab. Okay. So, I think we want to be doing a bit of DNA, don't you? Okay, so let's do a victim's blood and... oh, wrong one. And the blood we found on the gloves, eh? So, we have... okay, so those will go there, and then let's see, this one would have to go here. Yeah, that looks good. And then we have this one will go there. This cheeky little one will go there. And then we've got this little chica can go there. And so only one left. There we are. So we got it.
Blood in Marcus's glove
Yeah.
matches our victim.
Well, that says quite a lot then, doesn't it? Shall we check anything else? Yeah, in fact, those are other things in there. Yes, epithelial. So if we test this against... oh, where's my thing? Come on. If we test this against... yeah, it will have to be him. Yeah. Double check. So, another one of these. So we have... this will go here. That looks good to me. This one will go here. This little chica will go here. And this bad boy looks like he will go here. That means that this... come on. This one will go here. Yep, so he will go here. And there. Hurrahs!
The epithelials inside the glove are Todd Stewart. That means Todd must have been the last person to wear Marcus's gloves.
Well, that doesn't make much sense. Alright then, B-Man, I've got to talk to you. So,
What do you got in the way of evidence?
I would say
Stewart's
this.
DNA was found in the glove that handled the murder weapon. I can work with that.
Excellent. So, big man, what you got to say for yourself now?
You know, I think I'm just about done talking to you guys. I tried to be as cooperative as I could, but I got a lawyer now, and I'm making bail and walking out of here in about 5 minutes.
No, in 5 minutes, you're going to be making another call to your lawyer.
What are you talking about?
Admit it.
I told
Admit
you,
it.
when I left him, he was fighting with that plumber. Why aren't you out looking for him? I didn't do a damn thing to Mark.
Boom. We got the gloves, baby.
We found a unique fiber on one of the weapons used in Mark Enson's homicide. It matches the fibers woven into the plumbing foreman's gloves.
You know what epithelials are, Todd?
They're skin cells.
Well, check out the big brain on Todd. The skin cells we found inside the plumbing foreman's work gloves. Those are yours.
You're wrong. I've never seen those gloves before in my life. You need to retest them, or whatever the hell you guys do with that kind of garbage in the lab. I didn't steal anything.
We recovered another stray fiber, this one from inside the safe, and it also matches the fibers in the work gloves.
So what?
Oh, give it up, Todd. It's over.
Is that why you two fought?
Is that why you had to kill him?
This is a setup. I'm being framed. Maybe I used someone else's gloves when I was doing the gardening, but I swear, I didn't use those gloves to kill Mark Ensign.
Lies. Lies, I say.
The Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. It is its natural
Oh,
manure.
yeah.
Excuse me?
There was $25,000 of cash in that safe. Mark said it was blood money, and he was right. But he didn't understand that I could redeem it, that it could be used to further the cause. Mark just refused to hear me. I grabbed a drain snake out of a tool belt that was just lying around up there on the balcony, and I really thought I'd killed him. I don't know what got in my head to try to make it look like Mark had hanged himself. Seemed like a good idea at the time. But Mark woke up, and at that point, what else could I do? The truth is, a sacrifice was necessary for the greater good.
Well, you want to know another
Harsh.
inconvenient truth, Todd?
What?
You're under arrest for the murder of Mark Ensign.
Oh, yeah, baby. Another case done. Haha, look at that. All those trophies. Not as good as my first case, unfortunately, but yeah. I'm pleased, yeah. So, that ends the second case. Planting evidence. So, look out for my next case of CSI. See you later, peoples. Oh. I'll just snatch that if you
Contact can go
please.
onto our Vic, but how to get all the way over here?
Right, so a little look-see then.
Ouch. We'll take a closer look at him when we get to the morgue. But where did he come from?
Okay, well, to see where he came from, what have we got? Oh, up arrows.
Most of those windows are boarded shut, except for the one right above our Vic.
Suspicious. So. Right, well, let's look at him then, I guess. fingerprints, eh?
Partial shoe impression. Looks as though someone approached the body then tried to cover their tracks.
Alright, let's see if this dude has anything to offer.
We're from the crime lab. May we have your name?
Marcus Conchai. I'm the plumbing foreman. Well, I guess I should say I used to be the plumbing foreman on this job. Yeah, that's right. I arrived this morning to pick up my last check. I looked over there and I couldn't believe it. I immediately called 911. Bureau of Sanitation shut us down because of some faulty sewage pipes, and the construction company.
Okay, so try. Yeah.
If these fingerprints on the balcony railing come back to our victim, it's suggestive of suicide. We can head over to the coroner's office or the lab as soon as you think we're done here. Rhys will hold the scene for us just in case we need to come back for something.
Good stuff. Let's go back here. I think we've got to ask that dude about this cable. Who knows anything?
But I didn't do anything.
Your fingerprints will help prove that.
All right.
Good man. You don't score. Okay, so let's see about the body, shall we? Hey, now this is the digital version of the game, so that's why the loading times aren't that
Hey,
long.
Doc, do you have our John Doe's cause of death?
Massive internal blunt force trauma. His rib cage is shattered,
Ouch.
both lungs are punctured, and his spleen and right kidney are ruptured.
He basically bled out internally.
That's right.
Time of death?
Based on lividity and rigor, I'd estimate 10 to 12 hours ago.
Which would put his TOD between 9 and 11 p.m. last night.
Two very distinct ligature marks. The larger ligature mark directly under the chin here goes all the way around the neck and angles upwards at about 65 degrees. The second, smaller mark is also all the way around, but practically straight back and parallel.
You can clearly make out those two different ligature patterns.
They'll be easy to compare to the separate ligatures, if you're able to find them.
Let me get a shot.
Hello, hello.
That's a 220-volt cable, but I don't see any outlets for one of those up here.
Interesting. Let's see if maybe we can get something off it. So dust it. There we go.
Contractors' fingerprints are usually on work cards in the system.
And let's see if we can spy anything at the scene. Oh, that looks a bit too red there. Look at that. Let's have a little dab of that.
What is that?
What do you mean,
What is that?
What? What?
What is that? What is that? What is that?
Are you having a laugh? It looks like blood, man. Come on.
What is that?
What else could I try then? There we go. Ah,
A little strange, don't you think? If this turns out to be our victim's blood, why was he bleeding before he took a header off the balcony?
it's a bit annoying. We have to spray it before we can actually do the dab, as it looks like blood. Oh. Arkon Rhys plays.
CSI Fatal Conspiracy.
Hello, it's Arkon Rhys, and we're back again for Case 2 of CSI Fatal Conspiracy. So, we did a flash baked, so let's do planting evidence. and we'll see a bit more of the overall plot, as we got a little hint of it in the first case, right at the end with the wasp lady in charge of her hive. Ooh.
So this is going to be the brand new La Ventura Hotel and Casino, huh?
Scheduled to open its doors spring of 2009.
They sure don't make them like they used to.
They sure don't seem to be able to make this one at all. First it was the city council, then the environmentalists. Now it's the Bureau of Sanitation shutting them down over faulty sewage lines. Nothing's getting done around here until somebody cleans some pipes.
Jeez, what hasn't happened to delay this thing?
A dead body.
So we're following another character from CSI. Oh,
The place is cursed.
falling on
Construction worker over there
cactus.
called it in. I haven't taken his statement yet.
Good to see you. Thought I might be flying solo on this one. Okay, time to go to work.
Nah man, I'm here bro. What do you need me for? Yeah. So, bit the same as before really. So let's have a little look-see.
Company's basically holding me responsible. So yesterday they finally decided to let me go. And like I said, I just came by this morning to pick up the rest of my equipment and my severance check.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I mean, I didn't get close enough to the body to look at his face. I couldn't bring myself to walk all the way over there. It was just too horrible. Why do you want to do that?
To exclude you as a suspect, Mr. Kunchai.
Okay, sure.
Good man, good man.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Kunchai. We'll be in touch.
I kind of hope not, but, you know, good luck with everything.
Okay, so let's see about going to the lab, shall we?
I'll have Robin send someone down to pick up the body.
Okay, so where to go first? I think actually I should look here. Yeah, I've been a
Silver
bit
Sierra is
sloppy.
a pretty big building contractor in Las Vegas.
I've got to check
Looks
out
like
the scenes
Zachary Lynch is
first.
the company's boss. Office is locked. Office is locked.
Well, can't we just enter with the lockpick gun? Oh,